Hey guys, Matt here. Welcome to another portfolio update. I do this once every week, once every few weeks, stuff like that, as I have stuff to talk about. And I want to take this opportunity to clear up a few misconceptions. Now, this won't be news to anyone who has regularly been watching my portfolio updates, but I know I make a lot of videos on Gevo. I make a lot of videos on Gevo, and recently I've been making videos on Nikola and Hyliion. And I want to make clear that, those positions, while I do hold a position in Gevo, obviously, the videos I talk about aren't indicative of aren't wholly indicative of my investing strategy. As you can see here, Nikola is nowhere on this portfolio. I have never invested in the Nikola. And regarding Hyliion, I haven't been in a Hyliion since late 2021. I sold that stock at $7.50, which, whether you love or hate Hyliion, that was a very fortunate move. And regarding Gevo, while I do have a lot invested in it, it does not make up my entire portfolio. Gevo is not the only company I'm invested in. And it's not on a purely cost basis amount of money put in standpoint, it is not my biggest investment. I have more money invested in Google, I have more in Palantir, and I have much more invested in SHD and AT&T. And if you take a look at the rest of my portfolio, it's, with the exception of Gevo, my portfolio is performing quite well. It's doing better and better by the month. And if we take a look at my portfolio's performance versus the S&P 500, we are doing much, much better this year. If you recall, if you've been watching my channel for a while, 2022 was a bad year. It was a bad year for a lot of people, including myself. Before that, I promise you, just look at my older videos, I was bidding the S&P 500. 2022 came, destroyed it all, and we are very slowly getting it back. We're beating the S&P 500 on the 1 month, the 3 month, and the year to date. Now, I am still bullish on Gevo, and I will continue to be so until the company gives me a reason not to be. So far, it's met all its obligations. Now, very admittedly, it has not exactly done the best in meeting analyst expectations, but Gevo is a 2025 stock. Now, I will say this: if these next few earnings this year, Gevo does not meet or come close to revenue estimates, that will be a bit of a problem, because that means Gevo has a problem with CARB and stuff like that, and that might carry over. So if that happens this year, that'll be something for me to worry about. But other than that, with Gevo, I'm good. Now, let me address something here, is what if Gevo goes to zero? Now, I'm not going to cop out and say and answer, oh, but it won't go to zero. What if it does? What happens then? Well, like I said, Gevo is not the only stock in my portfolio. Will this be devastating if this goes to zero? If my nearly $8,000 invested goes to zero? Yeah, absolutely. But it won't wreck my entire portfolio. It'll be a very, very expensive learning lesson, and I'm prepared to lose it. All my other stocks are gaining, and I will continue pouring money into these other stocks. My position in Gevo right now is built. I did put a little money in it recently, but other than that, I have no real plans of putting any serious money into it until it starts reporting, the next earnings. It starts reporting some massive, massive earnings. And right now, my other stocks, like I said, are doing very well. Now, let me show you this. Another thing I want to bring up, and I don't bring this up a lot, although I should, and I apologize if you're watching this on mobile, you'll have to squint to see this, but, dividends make up a huge, portion of my portfolio. I don't talk about them because they're kind of boring. They're just dividends. But, if I do nothing, given my positions, if I don't reinvest the dividends, and if these companies just, all of them stop raising their dividends, I'm making over $2,400 a year. Now, obviously I am reinvesting it, and obviously the companies will at least hopefully raise their dividends. So this number is only going to snowball over the years. I make videos on Gevo, on Hyliion, on Nikola, because they are very, in my opinion, very interesting topics to talk about. And, they do well on YouTube. Just take Nikola. Nikola was a company that talked so much trash back in 2019, 2020 that is very interesting to see them fall this hard today. Now, I am not for or against Nikola. Like, I don't want, like, whether they succeed or fail, I don't really have a preference. I just I just enjoy, watching whatever happens. I'm not for or against Hyliion, but I do like seeing, I think Hyliion's come a long way, but as far as whether they succeed or not, I don't really have a preference. I just like covering the companies because they're very interesting to talk about. I wish I could make a video on FedEx, on Qualcomm, on SCHD, on AT&T, and well, sometimes AT&T does well, but I wish I could make a video on the others and have it do well for my channel because I only have so many hours a day to devote to filming and editing and posting videos. And if I'm going to go through the effort of doing that, I want the videos to do well. And if my channel ever gets big enough to where I can make a video on something boring like VOO or Tapestry or my dividends and have those videos actually do well, like once my channel gets big enough for me to do that, and like I said, have it do well, I will definitely start doing that. Anyways, that was just a quick update, and I am about to hit 82K. Take care, have a great day, and eat your vegetables.